Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you all are on this beautiful planet of ours. Hey, did you see the spacewalk that happened this week? Wasn't that amazing? The first commercial spacewalk out of the SpaceX capsule. I watched the live stream. It was quite amazing seeing them sitting in there. I tell you what, I don't. You need to go back and watch the replay if you didn't see it. To see the astronauts, there are four of them sitting there, and up above is the window, which is also the porthole, maybe. Not a porthole. I mean, it's a ship, isn't it? Spaceship. Anyway, that and the astronauts holding on to it, and they're waiting for the cabin pressure to equalize with their suits. So the cabin pressure had to get down to zero, and their suits had to come down to a certain amount, and then it was safe to open the hatch into the darkness of space, and my God, how would you be? I mean, I would be scared shitless to pull those levers and push on that thing, thinking, man, if things go wrong, you're just going to get sucked out into that void. It was quite dramatic, actually. It was quite interesting. So definitely worth watching. But it all went well. In fact, it was a spacewalk. So they actually, two of the astronauts climbed up after they put the hatch down. They climbed up, and at first everyone thought they were just going to stick their heads out, up to their shoulders, and have a look at the view of Earth and everything, But the astronauts actually climbed right up, and then there's this bar where they're held onto it, like onto the side, right up, and you could almost see his feet. He'd almost actually gone right out of the capsule completely. Fantastic. They're tethered, of course, to it. They're not going to go floating off into space, but boy, the moments leading up to opening that hatch was pretty damn scary, and the technology is amazing. So, yeah. But anyway, that was my thrill for the week, watching that on the live stream just a few days ago. Anyway, how is everybody? Let's go down and have a quick look in through the chat list. I know Jeff's there. He missed us last week. He was busy, but hello, Jeff. Welcome. Let me just get everything organized here so I can check our live stream. Yes, that's right, Jim. Yeah, he could say there's a beautiful moon out tonight. That's right. That's right. They were actually, at the time of the spacewalk, passing under Australia and under Tasmania, sort of like going by the global graphics of where they were. But unfortunately, when the second astronaut got up there, a woman, don't remember their names, she got up there and started doing it. And they were also doing tests with the suits flexibility. So moving their arm in and out and flexing their fingers and just checking all the stuff on the suit, which made me think, don't you think they would have checked all that before they went up into space? I mean, seriously, I know they test their weightlessness underwater in the massive swimming pool, at the Kennedy Jet Propulsion Center and everything, and you'd see leaks, but, seriously, what's the difference? If there was a problem, you'd know it. Your suit would be losing pressure and you'd want to be worried. But anyway, so what happened was the capsule was moving off the coast of Australia over New Zealand and then out into the open Pacific Ocean where there were no ground control. And I was quite amazed at the actual lack of technology. All right. Look at how far we've gone with mobile phones and computers and all the stuff. And we're talking about going to Mars. We're going to the moon, but we're certainly talking about, again, if you believe that, and we're going to Mars, and they're talking about that, and making plans. And yet, once that capsule had gone beyond New Zealand, and there were no ground bases. So I didn't realize this, but the satellites beaming the signal back down to mission control was only for audio. Okay, so the audio talking to and from the astronauts was from satellites. Video is from ground controls. And when they got out over the ocean, they lost video. And for the next, while she was up there doing her spacewalk, it cut out and we lost the feed, and it went back to the graphics showing the location and everything and all the details. But there was no video feed. And I was quite surprised. I thought, wow, no video feed. They're only 600, 700 kilometers above the Earth, still within the stratosphere, so to speak. And yet you can't get video. The video cuts out when they're not over land, where the land bases are. So that was quite surprising how that eventuated. I really didn't expect that would be an issue. I mean, I'd heard of losing the signal when satellites go around the dark side of the moon, because obviously the moon is between the Earth and the spaceship. But just not being over a landmass where there's a station to pick up video, they lose video. And yet, how the hell are we going to get to Mars if we can't even speak and see our crew orbiting our own planet? I think there's a lot more complicated than we will ever know. And I do believe that Mars is just a lot further off than what they're talking about. But anyway, I'm on a good one this morning, aren't I, at 4:08 in the morning? So there we go. Jeff, Captain Charlemagne Models is there. Hello, welcome, mate. I seen you're getting ready to go for a trip in October. You're going to Wisconsin, Laffey, Yorktown Naval Aviation Museum. All right, that should be cool. Very nice. I'm wondering if you mentioned that, I wonder if there's like a military museum here in Chiang Mai. I'm sure there must be, hey? You can go visit something. We'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah. I might find out. I'll just go up to one of the base. Just up the road here, there's a military base. A couple of times a week, I see the military helicopters go over. They take off and land in there. And I've ridden past it a few times. I might just chuck a right turn in there and say, I just thought I'd come in and have a look around, with my YouTube channel and videoing. I don't think so. Anyway, but yeah, that'll be great, mate. Enjoy that. Hobby Time's there. Hello, Hobby Time. How are you? Good to see you there. Everyone's saying hello to you, Mr. Hobby Time. Az's Scale Modeling channel is there from New Zealand. How's the weather in New Zealand? Is it okay? Weather, talking about weather, I just quickly updated the weather for the display here, which I'll throw up there now, actually. Where is it? There it is. And I'm quite surprised. There's a 10-degree difference in Chicago. Like, for the same day, I'm sure you were a hell of a lot colder than it is today. And there was another place there as well. 27 in Chicago. I'm sure you were only like 17 degrees or something this time last week. Sydney is 8 degrees. 8 degrees. I'm sure you were warmer than that last week as well. Winnipeg's about the same as it was last time. Here's the same. England 14. That's a bit cool. Don't ignore the cloudy bit or sunny bit. I didn't actually update that part. I put in Paris is back there at 11 degrees. I don't know if we're going to have our young French woman in chat like she was last couple of weeks, but I left Paris on there anyway. So interesting temperature changes. I'm sure they were quite different. 23 Model Tank guys saying, yeah, okay. Captain saying, I'm going to put the trip up on my YouTube channel tonight. It would be nice to give everyone a few videos of my touring the ships. I'll be releasing those maybe mid-October. Yeah, that's great. That'd be good. Excellent. All right, let me get back to the comments. And I think the next one down there is going to be John Alex. There he is, saying g'day to me and chat. How are you, buddy? I'll tell you what, that picture you threw up on Facebook of that, what is that? A jet hot rod motorbike? I'll go your halves. You say, where's your wallet? I'll go your halves in that thing. Look at that. What is that? It's one of those, I don't know. Is that the fuel tank? It's one of those rocket things, isn't it? I can tell by the exhaust pipe on it, I think. That's crazy. Where's my wallet? Come on, mate. We're a bit old for that. But Jesus. Looks pretty crazy, eh? Anyway. Where are we? Going down. So, yeah, good on you, John. Welcome. Who else we got? What's Az's Scalemodeling channel saying? Partway through a 148 ICM MiG-25 at the moment. Very good. ICM's quite popular lately. They've got quite a huge range of models too. James is there from Taboligo Model Works. Good on you, mate. Thank you for popping in and hitting that like button. Thank you. If everyone could do that, that would be great. All these things help YouTube get the videos out and help with this algorithm business. Yeah. I've been watching a few YouTube videos on all about streaming and videoing and putting your videos up and getting a few tips to help broaden your reach and get YouTube to put your video out to more people and so forth. And I really want to make a few changes, and I've been working on the channel to do that. Mostly it's all in the area of the description part of the video and keywords and so forth. Most of the stuff that you wouldn't notice being just a viewer. But, you know, there's... I always think there's a lot of people who watch the channel, which is great, but there's a hell of a lot who don't. And I want all those people that don't to come in and have a look and meet all you guys and be part of this community, you know. Who else we got? Jim, of course, I mentioned you earlier. There's Jim saying hello to everybody. And yes, we have all the usual suspects here. There's Stephen Haynes is there as well, saying hello. And I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to scoot down through the chat. I might even bring someone in today if you're keen. But I want to just show a few things first before we do. Awesome Possum is there. Hello, Awesome Possum. Fantastic. Canadian Pacific. Sort of gives a hint where you're from. Possum. How about that? Yeah, hang on. Canadian Possum? You don't have possums, do you? I thought possums were just Australian. That's a strange name. When you say that over and over a few times, it starts to sound really strange. Possum. Anyway, moaning people, moaning to you, Bilge. How's your early morning? It's still early morning. How's the weather there in Oz? My sister is over in Western Australia at the moment with her husband, having a bit of a holiday and a break. She sent me a photograph of her with her cousin, who the two of each other, both my cousin and my sister have not been together in, I would say, 40 years. How about that? 40 years, possibly more. I'm not sure about that, but wow, yeah, quite a reunion happening. And yeah, they're enjoying Western Australia. I don't know why I'm telling you about that. I'm probably expecting Hibbo to show up. But anyway, but yes, John Alex agreeing. That's an amazing, yeah, fantastic. I mean, you could cook some steaks on that engine, couldn't you? You could just get a barbecue going on there. Who else we got? Everyone saying hello to Bilge. Scooting down through the chat. What's Jim saying? Did any members of Flat Earth Society join in the space travel? No. Are they still around? I mean, seriously, they got to get a bit, you know. I mean, I do enjoy how these people with these conspiracies justify what they're saying. They do come up with some compelling reasons for their beliefs, but they prey on the people who don't know the science. They prey on the people who don't understand the science of things that can go, well, that's just ridiculous. If you don't have the knowledge of why that's so much just all such bullshit, then you could quite easily fall for it, and that goes with a lot of things. I tell you. Wow. What else we got? What else we got? Naples is where Captain Charlemagne is in Florida. I'm not sure whereabouts in Florida that is and what end. Probably down south. I'm not sure. A few billions. Hello, Model 10 guy. A few billions can only get you so much. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, GB Models is there. Hello, buddy. Welcome. You know, I watched this Netflix documentary yesterday that was just mind-boggling. It was about a journalist who was investigating this company back in the 80s that developed this software package that that is used to help police widen their database and link up everyone. So back in the early 80s, police couldn't match crime scene information and criminals with records they may have in other states, right? So if you committed a crime and you had to go to court, sometimes there was no way that the judge or the magistrate could check your background and find out that, oh, a year ago he was charged for rape, or 2 years ago he was charged for armed robbery, because there was no single database. So this guy developed this program called Promise, okay? And what it was to put a database of all the criminals into this so that attorneys and judges and magistrates and everybody could access this database and find out the details on these people. Back in the day, before mobile phones, this was almost at the beginning of computers coming in, and this software was. It's a long story, but the software was way ahead of its time, for back then. So the U.S. government, actually bought it from this company to use it with the IRS. And this is how they ended up getting all the details of people and putting it all in there. So what they did was the government used it, then the FBI used it, then the CIA used it, and then all the other big government departments started using this thing and to the point where they actually modified the software so it could do extra stuff as well. And then the company that sold it to them on a deal where they get paid so much every year for the rights, sort of thing, the government decided to not pay them anymore. Okay, so this government knew that the company would go broke, and they wanted them to go broke because they didn't want the public to know what this software can do and how it could track people and stuff. All right. So to cut a long story short, what they did was they sold the U.S. government sold this software to not only to other governments overseas. And this where it got into a big conspiracy theory. They sold it to the Germans, they sold it to Russians, they sold it to Ukrainians, they sold it to Israel, they sold it to countries in Africa, in South America, and so that they could also track and do the same thing America was doing. But what America did was they adjusted the software so that now, when these other countries were using the software, they put this backdoor system in it. Now the Americans could track the information that these other countries were getting using the software. So they were spying on the other countries. But then the Americans went ahead and, without anyone knowing, they actually started selling the same software to their own alloys. They sold it to the Australian government, the British government, the Canadians, and they started spying on their own allies. And it got right down. It was all during the Reagan administration. And it was as high up as the president and members of Congress and all the White House and all the big CIA and stuff. And it went into all the different wars, It went way back to 50 years, of all this stuff happening. And wow, and this journalist, it all started the documentary series of this journalist who was found in a hotel room, committed suicide, cut his wrists. But it turns out that a lot of people didn't believe he cut his wrist, and he was the one that was investigating to uncover this whole scam, which was going to be bigger than Watergate. Would change history for the last 50 years when this broke. But it turns out that during the autopsy, they found that he cut his wrist 8 times on one wrist, 4 times on the other wrist. He'd taken some drugs, he'd drunk some alcohol, and they figured that there's no way he could have cut his wrist as deeply, right through the tendons, as deeply as he did without falling unconscious first. He was in a bathtub, so he would bleed out. So they, as much as the government kept denying that it was a murder, they put it down as suicide. But anyway, it goes through the whole thing of tracking down who killed him, and then it uncovered what he was investigating. So crazy place, crazy stuff. Anyway, there we go. Way off track there, aren't I? I'll get back on track. All right. But definitely worth watching. Sorry I can't remember the name of it on Netflix, but it's, it was a fantastic 3-part series. I'm really getting into these murder mystery stuff. So anyway, we were talking about conspiracy theories. Let's get off that one. Who else we got? Going down. Chat. Getting caught, and I end up way behind. I am way behind. 11 degrees and an awesome sunrise in northern New South Wales there for Bilge. Good on you. And there's plenty of possums in the Midwest, says Jim. Okay, all right. I'm probably thinking wombats. There we go. Wombats. I'll tell you something that there's heaps of in America and Canada and all over the world that you won't find a single one of in Australia. Squirrels. Yeah. There's squirrels here in Thailand. I see them all the time. And I've seen squirrels and chipmunks in the US and India, and practically every country I can think of has squirrels, not one in Australia. Don't know why, but there you go. Did Hibbo get a job? Don't know. Haven't heard from him. I'm sure I will if he does. But no, I haven't heard anything. Jim asking question. There it is. Finished assembling the M3 track links, Pete. Rightio. So moving on. What else we got here? No, I haven't. But there is a video scheduled. It's up there, and it's coming out on Tuesday morning, my time. And it's, I'll give you a sneak preview, a sneak look at where I have progressed up to. Check that out. I've done all the interior of this. Looks pretty good, eh? None of it's weathered yet, but it's all there. The seats, the boxes, all the ammunition shells. Come on, camera. Be good. Yeah. There we go. It's all right, eh? So that's inside the turret. And also finished this little piece here, the machine gun on top, and all inside of there. So that's all done. And of course, I think you may have already seen that one. All the interior of that is done as well. Just a few little bits to glue on there, and then they can go on the tank. And we're actually on to the last step of the instructions. How's that? So obviously the tracks aren't done yet. So, yeah. And Captain is heading off because he's got to go to work early. So thank you for calling in, mate. Good on you. Cheers, mate. What else we got? Brian Windmill's there saying hello to everybody. G'day. How are you? Oh, caught up on chat almost. Fantastic. That's good. So turret baskets. Turret basket. That's what it's called. A basket. I would have called it a tub. But we'll go with you because you're the expert on that. That's great. No, dog. My dog hates squirrels. He goes nuts when he sees one in the backyard. Geez, I'm not sure if he goes nuts. I'm surprised they're not chasing him. But we don't have any. I can remember when I went to England. I was in Greenwich or somewhere around London there, and I went to a park. It was actually in London itself, near the Palace, that park there. What's the park called? I don't know. Probably a famous park, and I don't know the name. But anyway, I was sitting there on a bench, just enjoying the view and the weather, and everybody. It was a sunny day, and everybody's out there with their T-shirts off, with the glaring white skin, soaking up a bit of sun. And this little squirrel or chipmunk, I'm not sure which it was, jumped up on the seat beside me and just sat there on his back legs and looked up at me. And I thought, oh, wow. Now, I think it was one of the first times I'd seen one up that close. It was cool. Bill's saying we have security squirrels. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I used to be a security squirrel. Anyway. You need to make tracks on the tank, Pete. Yeah, I do need to make tracks I need to make tracks. Very good pun there. Boy, Bill just really got it going this morning. Anyway, thanks, mate. Hyde Park, that's the one. Yes, that's it. Yeah, it was Hyde Park. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for correcting me there. All right, so we're going to quickly, as you may have noticed in the title and thumbnail, there's this great computer simulator out, all right, and it's called Model Builder. Simple as that. Now, I am in no affiliate with it, all right. I'm not being sponsored by it or any of that stuff, all right. I just saw this thing. It's been on my wish list for a long time, and on Steam, and it popped up, and they have it. It's got like a 70% discount on it. It's cheap as. So trust me, go and have a look at this thing. I think only on Steam. Well, Steam has it on a discount. I think you might be able to get it on Epic and a few other software download programs out there. But Model Builder. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up and show you guys the video intro of what it's about. Because to give you an idea, at 70% off, that works out at under $10. It's $8 Australian. It's about $5 US. And it comes with the complete edition, right? So with this game, you get all the add-ons with it. And I'm just trying to look here. Here they are. So with them, there are content for this game. Into the Stars, which gives some obviously spaceships and Star Wars type stuff models on it. There's a Frostpunk one, which I'm not sure. It may be like Space Marines and those sort of figurines. There's an expansion pack number 1 that's included. There's the Invincible helmet, which I'm not sure what that is. There's the Titan Forge download number 1 and download number 2. All right. There's another one called Ether download. I'm not sure what that is. It's a motorcycle, actually. It's some sort of motorcycle one. The other one is it's like Warhammer, the Titan Forge ones. And then there's a military pack, which includes aircraft and tanks and stuff like that. And as you play the game, you unlock stuff to build more things, and it looks really good. So let me just get this up, and you can have a look at this thing. And it'd be interesting if anybody else already knows about this. Hello from Scotland. Mark is there. Hello, welcome back, mate. Welcome. So I'm just going to pop this video in, and we can watch and just check this out for a sec. All right, this is pretty cool. My sound will go off for a moment, but you'll be able to watch this. It only goes for about a minute. All right, here we go. Actually, you'll still be able to hear. There you go. And just check out the detail that this comes with. Play area, model workshop, one for Charlemagne, still there, old ship, do your decals, there's your Star Trek stuff. You've got airbrush, and you can do some really fine detail work with the airbrush. Well, that's pretty cool, eh? There you go. Isn't that amazing? Let me take that back out. There you go. So I was thinking about getting it, but then again, that's just another excuse to pull me away from doing the real model. But I think it's a great thing for somebody who has young kids that they want to introduce into modeling, and young kids just love computers and that, and give them a go at this thing, throw them this thing and say, look, have a go, play this. And then, after they've built their first couple models in it, then drop a real model down there in front of them and say, let's do the real thing. I think it'd be a great introduction into modeling. The reviews on it are quite good. They're not fantastic because it's a niche market. It's not like Fallout and combat and crazy shoot 'em up game stuff. It's a simulator, okay? It's not even like a Formula One simulator. It's just it's a simulator. So, but I think it's really a good introduction into it. And I've looked at some other people's videos. They've done YouTube videos of building these models. They had I think it was the Missouri was one of them, I think, and a couple of other quite well-known ships. Some of the models have up to 200 parts in them. You've got all the paint details, and you can mix your own paints, adjust your spraying of the airbrush, do some mottling and really light stuff. Your undercoat, you customize the colors. It's really amazing. And then, of course, there's a community where you can share all this stuff as well. But I just thought it'd be worth bringing it up and getting, somebody might be interested and to check it out. I'll bring up another video that I've got. Let me see which one I've got here. I think it was that one, I think. Let me try that one. Okay, here we go. Check this out. Right from cutting apart doctors through, there's a Spitfire there you can do. There's a hot rod there for you guys there. Look at the detail in the engine. Spark plugs, the leads. The bike looks pretty crappy. There's the plane looks good. Look at that. Now, as you can see, this came out in 2022, so it's been out a while now. So that's why I've got all the updates and stuff. But apparently, there's a lot in it. So yeah, it's pretty good. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I've got one more. I'm getting good on this live streaming adding videos in here, aren't I? Let me try this one. Let's have a quick look at the last one here. Look at the detail in this. All the hot set, the airbrush, all the paint. With the decals on there. Just the detail in that. Look, there's a whole building there bombed out. There we go. Hey, interesting. So check it out. It's, you know, for $5-10, yeah, get a lot of use out of that. I probably won't download it because, like I say, I've got enough to do here. But you know, it's all good. Jeff's saying there's another tank game called Tank Mechanic Simulator. Okay, I've never played it, but it looks interesting. Yeah, that'd be all right too if you just wanted to do tanks. Yeah, I mean, there's World of Tanks, World of Warcraft, and all those as well. But it's interesting to build your own. I don't know about that, Jim, if there's a simulator out there on that, but yeah. Anyway, but it's on Steam. Oh, and it's only available for the next 2 days as well. Okay, so you've got, I'm just looking on Steam now, listing here. I'm pretty sure it's got like, there's only like 40 hours left to buy it at that price. Yeah, 43 hours, 22 minutes and 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. So that's the promotional offer, 70% off. There you go. There's also a house builder there too, which interesting. If you want to build nice houses, mansions and stuff like that. I don't know. It's all what you're into, I guess. So Alaskan Road Truckers is another one. But anyway, Model Builder. Yeah. Check that out. All right. Enough of that. Like I said, I'm promoting the product because I just saw it and I thought you guys might be interested. Let me just remove these things from Studio, and I will quickly put a link up if anyone wants to jump in. Does it come with a shelf of doom? I don't know, Paul. Hello, Paul. I don't think so. I think you've got to finish the model before you can put it on the shelf. But you can start again whenever you want. It's not like you mess it up and then that's the end of it. That's the good thing about these models. They're virtual, so you can fix your mistakes a lot easier. You know, you don't have to paint back over things. You can just take the paint off and do it again. You know. Oh gosh, where are we? There we are. Hide current comment. We'll get the comment off. There we go. Catching up here, right? I'm going to put the link in. Where are we? Invite. We'll copy that. Close that. Now, guys, we're not going to go too much past the hour mark, okay, because I've got quite a bit on today. Hopefully, if all goes well, I'm going to be buying a new camera and microphone set for doing my YouTube videos. We might talk about that. We'll see. All right, I'm going to paste this in to chat. There we go. So if you want and you've got a camera, you can come in and join me. All right. What else we got? Yeah, you're right. A real model has to have a shelf of doom. That's true. I didn't have one. I'm not a real model. I had a bin of doom. Yeah. I'm not going to display my disasters. Yeah. So there it is. There it is. Yeah. Anyway, very good. I need a sip of coffee because it's going cold. And yes, it is going cold, but it's okay. Yeah. So about the camera, I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but the DJI Action 5 is being released possibly in the next week or two. It's going to be huge. It's a big competitor to GoPro. I think it's a better camera than GoPro. has a lot of features. It's the Action 5 Pro coming out. But the good advantage for me of that is that I'm getting the DJI store here, which is just a DJI store of all their products. We'll be putting it on display, of course. And then what they have now is the DJI 4 is on display. That's the latest at the moment. They also have the DJI 3, the one before. I have the DJI 1, the original one, okay? I want the number 3. The number 3 is the first of the second generation of the line of video cameras, and it's a huge update on what I've got, but it doesn't have the extra features which I'd never use of the DJI 4. All right, even DJI 5. Okay, so what I want is the number 3. Now, what they're going to do is when the new camera comes in, they put on display, the 4 will drop down to their other model, and the 3, they won't be displaying them anymore. All right. I spoke to the guy at the store there last weekend, and I said, "What if I want to buy this demo model? Can I buy this?" And he said he would speak to the manager and find out, or the whoever they get their stock from, and ask, because not only do they have the Action 3 on display next to the latest one, the Action 4, but they have 2 more that are still in the box out the back that have never been opened and never got put out on display. So they're as good as brand new still in the box. And he was telling me that I should be able to get up to 30 to 40% off if I want to buy the demo model, which is one brand new in the box, Action 3. So there you go. I'm not sure in Aussie or American dollars, but it's about 6,500 here. I wrote it down here. The Action 3 is 6,500 Thai baht. So if I can get that for nearly 50% off, that's like $120 for the camera. And then I will go out and buy the Mic 2, DJI Mic 2, which is the latest Bluetooth microphone system, which not only works for the camera, right, but you can also use it on your phone, okay, Apple or Android. You can also use it on your webcam here. And it is one of the best quality microphones you can buy. So I'll get the whole bundle for less than the price of just, for a good bargain. All right. So there you go. That's the plan for today. Yes, I'll be heading up there. Shops here don't open till 11 o'clock. They all like to sleep in here in Thailand. Anyway, we got Paul down there. Let me bring Paul in. Hey, buddy. How are you, mate?
Morning, all.
How are you? Good. You're a bit rugged up there. Is it a bit cool, is it?
It hasn't warmed up yet. It's only 10 degrees.
Oh, gosh. What's going on? I thought summer was coming on.
Yeah, it warms up during the day. We'll be fine.
Yeah, once the sun comes out. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So is the new camera 4K? Right. The new camera does do 4K, yes. In fact, the old one that I'm getting does 4K as well. In fact, my camera, which actually I just realized I put it on the charger last night. That's what it looks like. Okay. That's the Osmo Action, the original first one. And it's great. And especially since I did the firmware update, the quality of everything and the extra features after the firmware update made a big difference. And this does well, but I have some problems with this. It's been dropped a few times. I've got a chip out of the side of the lens, which is okay. But sometimes for no reason at all, it will shut off and you don't know while you're recording. And with that being the case, I have to keep an eye on the screen all the time to make sure I see the red light to know it's recording. Otherwise, I'll be talking for the next few minutes and realize it's stopped. So, yeah, it's getting tired. And also with these things, I'll show you here. to use them on your selfie stick, you need this case that it sits in. And this thing is falling apart, all right? The record button on the top fell off and I've glued it back on, but that's not going to last. I'm going to lose it, which means it's going to be awkward to hit that record button through where it makes contact with the plastic. This door, one of the hinges is broken on the door, and it doesn't go up straight. You got to fiddle around with it. And also underneath here, one of the notches that hold it on here is completely gone. There's only one holding it there. So I can now no longer use it on the motorbike because I don't want to risk it breaking and falling off. Now, this case does not fit the latest cameras, because the latest camera, even the one that I want to get, the Action 3, is a little bit bigger than this. It has a bigger screen, which is good, but a bigger case. So, and these are discontinued, so I can't buy these. Really awkward to buy these things because this is about 5 years old, this camera. So I'll solve a lot of problems in getting this new camera. So there we go. What else we got? Does this new camera come with a head cam option? Head cam option? I don't know. I mean, it fits every attachment that a GoPro has. So whatever you can do with a GoPro camera, you can do with this. So, I have a mount on my motorbike when I go riding, and I have two of these selfie sticks. But if all goes well, I don't know if I'll actually pick it up today, but I'll hopefully find out today that, once they get the new camera into the store, then they'll change their displays around, and then I'll hopefully get the demo one, which would be good. And then, play with the new toy and learn all the new features of it. It'll make a difference. And the main purpose of it is that there's nothing worse than doing YouTube and then having to sit down for hours editing video. And the better the quality audio and video you can get when you're doing your filming saves you so much time in the editing process. So that's the main thing, That's what I want to be able to do. So, and even this one here, you can't live stream from this. All right, there's no feature. But the other one that I'm getting, the Model 3, you can actually do a live stream. So I could walk around instead of using my mobile, live stream straight from the webcam, from that. So, or from the GoPro like Osmo Action Cam. So anyway, so that's it. That's my story. I need another drink of coffee. Oh gosh. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, that's it. I've run out of things to say, believe it or not. That's it. What's on your bench at the moment there, mate?
A little Porsche.
Oh, look at that. Racing Porsche. Look at the decals on that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be paid sometime today.
Yeah.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, no. Wow, yeah. Seriously, where are you going to put that when it's done?
Don't know.
You don't know. Under the bed. There we go.
I don't think it'd fit.
Yeah. That's great. Jim asking me, what is the average time it takes to edit your videos, Peter? Right. Well, fortunately for the Scalemodeling, not long at all. I do it in Filmora. I drop it into that program. I have presets, so I have my start title comes up, intro. I have my end title and the music and stuff at the end, and all I do is drop the files in. So every time I do a bit of work and record, I save the file and I name it, say, Part 14A, Part 14B. And then I drop them all into the program and then put them on the timeline, and then I'll just go through, watch it. I make a slight adjustments to the audio because sometimes it can be noisy here, or something might happen. But the actual video quality from this Nikon Z50 is really good. And I've got to thank so much for that quality of that, because Samantha, who gave me that camera, saved me so much work in the editing, because I don't have to do any color and everything is fine. So to do a 30-minute video, I would probably sit there at the computer for about an hour. So obviously I'm watching it through. I'm stopping and doing stuff and adding bits and cutting a little bit, but putting it all in. So it takes me about an hour to an hour and a half. Yeah, but it's different when I'm out doing a YouTube video for my other channel, where I'm out filming stuff out there, because then you've got to piece together the whole thing. You've got to edit stuff, your color changes. Every time clouds cover the sun, your video darkens, and you got to do all the light across there. Then there's things like links got to go in the video, audio changes, all these things. It can take me, so a 10-minute video on my other channel, like I did one the other week of the railway station here, all about arriving here and leaving here and what to expect and how to do this, how to do that. The video was only 15 minutes long, 20 minutes at the most. It would have taken me about 3 to 4 hours to edit that video, cutting parts in and out and stuff and all the rest. So, it's a totally different.
How can you hear a bike 11 stories up?
Yeah, do you hear that? Yeah, unbelievable. I think it's the same guy every morning that goes past. Just doesn't give a damn about the noise, and it sounds like crap. I can still hear him. Yeah, amazing. No exhaust. But this is the problem I have too with videoing. See, I could be working on my model and that dickhead ride past, or someone else, and then I've got to I can't cut it out, so I have to reshoot that. Or you're out walking around doing a video shoot, and suddenly, to give an example, yesterday I went out to this big park. I was going to do a walking video because people want to know what my cost of living here is per month. So I thought I'll just walk around a nice quiet park and talk about my bills and everything for the month. Here comes another one. And so anyway, as soon as I get to this park, what happens? All the gardeners start up with their leaf blowers and their mowers and their trimmers, and like, seriously. So I walk down the other end of the park, and they're setting up this massive stage for a concert that's going to happen at night. And I walk around, I find a spot down by the lake. It's really nice and quiet there. I'm there about 8 in the morning. There's all these food stalls setting up, but there's not many people around. It's quiet. I'm just about to start recording, and then I hear this check, 1, check, 2, check, doing sound checks from this stage. It was echoing across the whole park. It's a massive park. You could hear it like half a mile away. I'm like, you're kidding. So I've gone, stop this. So I left, jumped on the motorbike, and I thought, I can't avoid noise. So I went to a marketplace. I thought, I'm just going to walk through this market and people will hear me and they can just have that as background noise. But it was just too noisy. The motorbikes, the noises, the people, it was like, oh. So in the end, what I did was I walked into this temple. There was a Buddhist temple. They're always quiet places. Off the street, I walked up to that, found a nice little bench seat, and in the background, in the temple behind me, I could hear all the monks chanting. They're all doing this, and I thought, that's fine. Nice background sound. The monks chanting, that's peaceful. So I sat there and I talked and I did my video, and I did the whole thing, no problem, with the monks chanting in the background. So it turned out all right in the end.
and then the monks came up and hit you with a copyright strike.
Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, that did cross my mind, you know. I thought surely monks chanting in the background, YouTube's not going to copyright that. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking the risk. I'm not trying. I'm not going to reshoot that again. No, no. Well, I'd have to if that was the case, but yeah. But anyway, so but, could you imagine that? That would be. So yeah. Some of the problems. See, one thing about Thailand is it's a noisy place with traffic and stuff. You know, so. You know, I mean, it's not car horns and bike horns. You don't rarely hear that. It's just noisy exhausts of motorbikes everywhere. You know, the louder the better. It makes them go faster, I think.
No,
Ridiculous.
sounds better.
Yeah. Jim's gone off to get his pizza. Good on you, mate. Cheers. Yes, I think Jason's.
Yeah, 12 o'clock today.
Okay, he must have had a break. Well, he's on at the same time as me, so I won't be able to watch or see any of that. So, yeah. Stream Deck. Oh, yes, you need Stream Deck, says Model Tank Guy, so you can hear, then play a duck sound or something. Well, okay. Yeah, put in my own sound effect background to cover it up. Yeah, there is some quite good AI software that can filter out background noise and that, but it's not really all that good. But one good thing about this new camera setup that I'm going to get with the microphone system on it, it has directional sound. So I can adjust the microphone on it, which I'll be wearing here, to only pick up sound here. You know, it's directional right here where I am. So a lot of the external sound would be completely blocked out. I mean, it's okay to have some background sound, you know, birds in the trees and stuff. If you really wanted to, you could add that later. But this microphone system will save me a lot of work doing that, for sure. It's like the latest hearing aids, and it's been a few years ago, but I don't know if you know this, but I suffer from tinnitus, which is the ringing in the ears, and it's always there. And I went to get my ears tested, and by a place that does hearing aids, and the technology in hearing aids is just amazing now. Not only did he fitted me with a couple of hearing aids, but it actually took the ringing away, and I couldn't hear anymore. And the doctor actually said to me that you're it's about 10% chance that hearing aids can actually help people with tinnitus and tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it. A lot of
Tinnitus is your toes, Pete.
Yeah. A lot of people, it doesn't help them, but for me, it did, and it was amazing. Like for the first time in probably when this kicked in, probably about 8 years ago, I actually heard nothing, silence. Uh, in fact, I remember sitting there in the doctor's office there with these things on, and he was on the computer where they're Bluetooth to, making the adjustments to them. And he says, right, you shouldn't be able to hear any of that ringing now. And I said, you're right. I said, but hang on, there's a tapping. I hear some tapping sound. And he goes, good. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I was just testing it there to see how fine-tuned it was to your hearing. And he says, that's my receptionist out there. She taps her pen on the desk while she's sitting out there. And I can't even hear that. But you'll be able to hear that, because hearing aids, they have now directional hearing. So if you're in a busy nightclub with a lot of people around, you can filter out a lot of all the excess sound and hear just a group of people around you. You can carry an app on your phone that makes instant adjustments to your hearing aid. Taxi drivers, who need them use them for listening to the passengers in the back seat. They can hear them better. Directional hearing. So fantastic stuff. So my tinnitus is not bad enough to warrant needing hearing aids, but it's one of these things that's only there and you only notice it when you talk about it and you think about it. 90% of the time I don't. And a lot of people really do suffer badly from it, and it can be terrible, like acute. Hello, Plastic Monkey. Welcome. Ice Queen just gave you a plug, Pete. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't realize she was streaming, but thank you very much for that, Sue. That's great. But yeah. So anyway, So, I can remember lying in the Sahara Desert in Egypt at nighttime, looking up at the blanket of stars in the sky and hearing my heartbeat and my pulse. It was that dead quiet. I will never experience that again with this going on. Unfortunately, I'll never experience total silence again unless I get the hearing aids, which cost a lot of money. So that's not going to happen soon. But yeah, it all happened. This happened on a flight from Brisbane to Sydney. Was it? No, from Sydney to Brisbane. So years ago, I had to go down to Sydney with my sister to my mother's house that was up for sale. And we had to go down and clear out the house and throw out all the rubbish and the junk. And my mother was a bit of a hoarder, and the dust was terrible. And without me realizing it, my sinuses, they blocked up. And then me and my sister hopped back on the plane after a couple of days, flew back to Brisbane. And as the plane went up in altitude, my ears wouldn't equalize and wouldn't clear. So, and it wasn't too bad, but as the plane came down, they didn't clear as well. And it was really, really painful. It's like I've done a lot of scuba diving, and it can be very dangerous. You can burst your eardrums if you let that happen. But in the plane, I almost, sitting next to my sister, almost had tears in my eyes from the pain of my ears not equalizing and clearing because of the sinuses build up. And from that time on, I'd done the damage, and then I'd had the ringing in my ears. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's how that came about. A lot of people don't know what brings it on, but loud noise can do it too. So, boy, I'm talking so much. I had nothing to say, and I just babble on. God, I saw something in comments I wanted to. Oh, we got Hans is there. Harry's there. Hello, people. Oh, they're all coming over. Thank you, Sue. How are you guys? More of the usual crew are coming in to say hello. Good morning to you as all. I'll give a shout out back. Ice Queen. Okay, get over to Ice Queen's channel. You can throw the link in there if you'd like to, if you could do that maybe, Paul.
That's above my pay grade.
It is it? Okay, yeah, Jeff can do that. Throw Sue's link in there for us, will you, Jeff? And Paul's. Good on you guys. Hans is there. Good on you. I saw someone else there. James VC is there. Cheers, mate. Harry, I said hello, didn't I? Yes. I don't think I missed anyone. Oh, Ron's there. G'day, Ron from Winnipeg. Another beautiful day in Winnipeg, 25 degrees. Yes. Gosh. I'm guilty of not watching your videos, Ron. I really am. I don't know. The timing's wrong for me. It's your videos come out at right about when my Thailand live stream ends. And then I'm usually heading off, starting my day and doing my stuff. So, but I promise you, not today, because today I'm going to shoot off and hopefully buy my new camera. But maybe later this afternoon, I'll sit down and I'll watch your full model ship episode and see where you're at. 31 watching. Yeah. It's great to see everyone come in and say g'day and give us a quick thumbs up there. Wow. Why isn't Jim in? Why didn't Jim jump on the opportunity to jump
He's
on?
gone to have pizza.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he has too. He's gone to get pizza. All right. That's cool. We got any time changes? Any daylight savings happening soon?
Not yet.
Not yet? No.
I think it's October.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking at, God, the time's going quick. I've been here for 7 months. Can you imagine that? 7 months I've been here in Thailand now. Unbelievable. Like, hopefully I'll be sitting here saying, I've been here for 7 years. 7 years. Hopefully I won't be saying it here. Hopefully I'll own the condo I'm living in. And maybe I'll be in Thailand, I'm fairly sure of that, but I may not be in Chiang Mai. I might be, I'm on a yearly lease every time I lease the condo here. So when the lease is up, I've always got the opportunity to go somewhere else. And fortunately for me, my landlord, she owns properties around Thailand. So there may be the chance that I do know there's an island called Koh Chang, the Elephant Island. It's a beautiful paradise. It's absolutely beautiful there. She owns some properties down there as well. So if I could one year go, right, I'm going to I'll swap Chiang Mai and I'm going to go stay on the island for 12 months. And boy, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, gosh. Anyway, it's a good life. What else we got? We got time. We got time change next month. Clocks go back an hour. Oh, that's good. I'll be on earlier for you. I don't know. This always confuses me. I never get my head around these time changes. If your clocks go back in the UK an hour, does that mean that I'll be streaming an hour earlier? I'm fairly sure it is to you. Yeah, I should be. Until
You'll be streaming at the same time, people. They'll be watching it sooner.
They'll be watching it an hour earlier. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we don't have any daylight savings or time changes in Thailand. We always stay the same. And Jeff in America saying November the 3rd daylight savings starts there. Okay. And the engine's coming along nicely, Ron. Yeah, I see the photos. As soon as he posts them up on Facebook, I'm usually one of the first likes on his picture there. I get notification every time he does that on our Scalemodeling hangout. And that does look really good. I'm going to have to watch your videos. I'm feeling guilty. There's just so much going on. There we go. The model ship part 2111 just went up a short time ago. Yeah. What else we got? Just junk email. No problem. That's it. I've run out of things to say for the next 60 seconds at least. I'm getting like, what's his name there? Who's not there anymore, so I can say that. God, Alzheimer's kicking in hard. Jim. I'm getting like Jim. Start talking a lot. Oh, man. Anyway, so I've got a little bit of work to do on clear coating a lot of these parts on this tank, and of course the tracks I got to do. But I'm thinking, because you've built this tank, I could paint this tank anytime now, can't I? Without the track being done or on. In fact, that's the way to go.
Don't paint it with the tracks on.
No, because the tracks are going to be a completely different color. They're all going to be metal. So, metal black and whatever else I can mix in there to make them look a little bit cruddy. But, so I'll be able to put all that on and then also get all the clear parts. There's quite a lot of clear parts that need to go back through and put those on. But that'll all be after the final coat of everything going on there.
Now, are you doing a desert tank or a European theatre tank, Pete?
Whatever's easier. I'm over it. I'm over it. I just want it finished. I just want it. I'm not doing any camo or anything like that.
Or just olive green or...
Yeah, drab. Olive drab.
Oh, well, you could put mud all over it.
That's it. So I'll just throw that all over it. No, not a problem. In fact, I don't know if one will be enough. I do have another one, but it's actually a different brand, so it's not obviously not going to be exact same color. But I don't think that's going to matter, really.
You do realise there's 50 shades of olive drab.
Yeah, that's right. And they painted different parts of the tank doing touch-ups and stuff, so,
They were never touched up in the field.
Weren't they?
No, they never lasted that long.
Yeah, okay. No, all right. Yeah, well, I don't expect it's not going to be like the paint job on a Ferrari, is it? So I'm not too concerned about it, and
No.
that'll be fine.
See you later, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's off. Okay, mate. Thanks, mate. See ya. Yeah. There's Ron's link in the chat there, so good on you. Jeff threw that in before he's shot through. Why can't I show that? There it is. Good. Get rid of those weather things. Hide that. There we go. Your comments. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got all these. I've got all these to take off. Like, they don't need to be trimmed up, do they? Just snip them all off and they'll be fine.
Yeah, don't polish them up.
No. Oh, shit, no.
The only things they cleaned up on the tracks when they were making them was the holes going through them.
What holes?
The pinholes for where the tracks join, the legs join together.
On these?
Yeah.
There's no holes in them.
In the real ones, there are.
Oh, in the real ones, there are. Oh, right. I'm not putting holes in these. Yeah, okay. Right.
Because they were knocking about that quick, they didn't really, where they could cut corners, they did.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, that's good. Well, I think we're going to finish it up then. I think we'll finish it up here. Yeah, I might have a reasonably early one. It's been going an hour and 15 minutes, so that's good. And but yeah, you should check out that model making simulator. It looks pretty fun, Some of the YouTube channels on it, they really get into some detail with the airbrushing. You can really do some really nice paint jobs on them and share your stuff that you've made. But again, it's something that would drag me away from already busy stuff of what I've got to do. So I'm not going
to finish the grant first.
Yeah. But if you've got kids and you want to get them into modeling, get them onto the simulator first. Then you'll know if they're going to be interested. But like I said, it's not something they can physically hold and do stuff with. But, they're all into computers these days. Hello, we've got GB Models has appeared down the bottom. So I guess I'll have to delay calling it. Let's get him in. Hello. G'day.
G'day. How are we all?
Good. New camera angle coming from the roof. That's good.
Coming from the top of my desk.
Okay. Very good. That's a small little light you got down there. Is that enough? A little desk lamp there?
Oh, no, I've got a...
You got a big one out of view, is there?
Yeah, I've got one that's behind the camera. I haven't turned it on yet.
I'm looking at that. That's a magnifying glass you got down there instead. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, it's got a LED in the middle there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's all right. That's an alternative to wearing the visors.
Yeah, I've tried those visors before.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, particularly in summertime, it ends up around my neck.
They slide off your nose, don't they?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Even though they have a little rubber, I've got mine right here. Even though they've got the little rubber there, you sweat and it slides off. I've actually lost the rubber on mine because the metal wears through them, and you end up having the metal coming through, and they end up uncomfortable. And I've got a bit of my mask, I've got wrapped around there to provide some padding, and that's worked a bit, but still, it's not that comfortable. And
no, it's not at all. You go to tighten up the back of it, you end up squeezing out your brain.
Yeah, it puts more pressure on the front. And these are the light ones. Yeah, but these are the light ones. These are the USB ones. So there's no batteries in these, which make the other ones heavier.
Yep. Okay.
So, but other than that, they're good. They're okay. Well,
I've tried a couple. Yeah, I've tried a couple of them, but just end up sliding off, and I feel uncomfortable in them. So
yeah. These are my third pair. Pair, and they're barely working. You'll see there, I've got 2 bits of sprue as a bracket on the on there, and I've got 2 pieces on there because they all break. They all crack in the same spot. All 3 pairs I've had. They crack in there, and they're no good after that. So
I mean, I've tried. Yeah, I've tried 2 of them. Just uncomfortable. For me, anyway.
I don't know of any other alternative that I've seen the big ones that sit all the way around you, but they don't look very comfortable. And I've seen the ones that Ron uses and Jason uses on model kit stuff, but and the lenses, every time you buy a new packet, they come with the lenses. So I've got not now, but I've had 3 packs of all the lenses, and I only ever use the one.
Yeah, you've probably got about 20 lenses.
Yeah. And because you can adjust the distance and the gap, it sort of defeats the purpose of the different magnification of the lenses, because you're having the same effect adjusting how far it's sitting off your eyesight anyway.
Yeah. So the other extra lenses become useless.
Yeah. Something I haven't tried actually is while I'm wearing glasses, if I can wear these. Yeah. So that's there. Maybe I could do that. Anyway, I have to be so careful. If these break again, I mean, I can't model without these. Put it that way. I can't do modeling. My eyes are so shot since I started modeling that without these, I can't build models. If they break beyond use, I'm screwed. So, I've bought all the spare parts of all the other broken ones with me over here to Thailand. So if I need a new strap or I want to put just the other bits on around the ear, I can do that. But once those arms break, you can't replace those. That's part of the actual magnifying glasses.
I tried something like this now, where I've got the crocodile clips where it can have the magnifying glass while I've got the crocodile clips and the light while I'm painting with the light. So 3 in 1, basically.
Yeah, it works for you. Yeah. Did you look into any of the Icky Sticky website from last week we were talking about?
I haven't looked as yet, but it's in the back of my mind. I've been very busy, put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
You had 2 days off last week.
Yeah, I was a bit crook, so took a couple of days off work, but I will definitely look into the Icky Sticky, that's for sure.
Sure. All right. I had to replace nose pads with shrink wrap because of bloody mice. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do the quick promotion for Monique. There she is.
Okay.
Mine's dripping because I've had all the condensation, and look at that, it's dripping. Condensation. That's how humid it is here at 5 something in the morning.
Yeah, I went to I did a little bit of splurging yesterday at a model shop. So
Yes, I saw that.
Uh-oh.
yeah, like them.
Yeah, they look good.
Uh, I blame Dan for the truck though.
Yeah. Well, I've got a truck to build. I'll have to get round to it one day.
So what'd you buy? What'd you buy?
I'll show
Show
you.
and tell.
I'll bring him out.
Okay.
Got this one.
Oh,
SLR.
right. McLaren, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
This one from Hussey Goer.
Nice, yeah.
What's that, 2000 GT?
I'm going to bring him up. There it is.
Yeah, 2000 GT.
Yeah. Looks nice, that one.
One of the rarest cars in the world.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I've got
It's like a Celica.
yeah. And then I've got this one.
Oh.
I hadn't done this brand before.
Is that
Wow.
iconic?
Long Star motor.
I know the shine's on it now.
Sorry, Paul.
The shine, the glare's on it.
Oh, is
Star.
it? Hang on. Let me. Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
There's that
maybe
one. Sorry, Paul.
Maybe it's a Mobius kit.
Okay, I've never heard of the brand.
Yeah, they do a lot of
on the warehouse at the back.
Yeah, Mobius do a lot of space stuff as well. They do
they did a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi. Yeah, that's the word.
Okay. So that's I blame Dan for that one. So this one's going to come up a nice model. I reckon.
Yeah.
Nice build.
Wow.
So that cost me about $350. All that. So it wasn't too bad.
So did you use the old excuse of only going in for paint?
No, I'm going to use Pro Scale paint for it.
No, but the last time I physically went to a hobby shop, I only went to buy paint.
Oh, right.
And I walked out with $360 worth of kits.
What, no paint?
No paint.
No paint.
Well, we do that, don't we? We intentionally go in for something in a model shop, but it doesn't work out that way.
No. Wouldn't you if you go and buy a model, buy the paint for it as well if you can?
Yeah. That's if they have the color call out on the outside of the box.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
So, went and did that, and then of course my son wanted a car model as well, so ended up coming back with four car models. Christmas time.
Yeah, Bill just got the hatchet Lancaster coming.
Oh, is that what he's talking? Yeah, $1,200. Yeah.
And then we got, of course, that the new Porsche that's coming out, the GTS, is it?
Right.
GT3.
GT3, is it?
Oh, I forget now.
Yeah, it's got the red rims and it's white and black. Yeah, that's hanging out to get that one before my son gets it.
Yeah, but he'll probably build it before you. Right?
Probably will, the shifty bastard. Yeah. He already wants to get that that Lego McLaren that I want to get. The new one.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you just have to get two.
No. He's just not getting it at all. Otherwise, he can find somewhere else to live.
Oh, that's good.
So that's what I've been up to, and then I'll get stuck back into this Mustang, get it done. happy with it so far.
Yeah.
Just dragging my ass about it though. Just being too slow with it.
Yeah.
It's only the interior. Paint it black, it's finished.
Yeah, but I'm sort of like going that extra mile, so that's
With that. Yeah.
what it is. I'm happy with the colour. Happy with my own scheme of doing it.
Yeah, that's going to be real nice. I've got airbrush problems. My Awada is. I think it's a miracle that it's even working. It still works. I've damaged the back of it, so where your needle goes through and the little screw goes on the back, it's bent. It's bent, right?
Okay.
So I don't know how it got bent. I don't know how I've knocked it or whatever. I don't know. So now to slide the needle in, it's quite an effort. It doesn't just nicely slide in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You got to push it in, and then I hold it against the cement wall on my balcony to push it in the last bit because I can't do it with the palm of my hand, and until it's seated up against right through. Then I'll tighten the nut on the back, what's the point? It's not coming out. And then I'll screw the back cover on the whole thing. And it works. It still works. The nozzle, the lever, it'll still slide forward and back, and it still sprays.
Okay.
And I'm doing what somebody suggested because I'm getting paint in the back. So what I'm doing now is when I'm cleaning the airbrush and taking the needle out, I'm pulling it through the front now. So I'm taking the front off and pulling it through the front, okay, not through the back. And that's fine, but it's really hard. It comes out okay, but the back of it is just, and there's no way. If I try and straighten the back, there's a chance I'll damage the thread.
Yeah, so that's what I always do when it comes to cleaning the needle out. Always push your needle out through the front of your airbrush, not the back, because what you're doing is scraping the dry paint that's on the needle. You're scraping it into the channel and it's leaving it in there. So when you go to put back your clean needle in through the back, you're actually pushing it. Yeah.
That's what I was doing wrong for a long time. And not only that, but it was, because now I can put my brush back together and leave it ready to go next time. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, if I did that and I come back the next day, it'd be jammed in there because it's gone back in there where the paint is. It's dried and seized it up in there again. So now there is no paint in there. But what I do is when I'm not using it and I've finished with it, I leave the needle out and I'll leave it apart.
Okay.
And then I'll put it all back in when I'm ready to go and paint again. So the brush is
new needle.
The needle is amazing though. It has survived so much. That's still straight and it's still sharp at the end. And I do have a backup needle in case I do bend it, because pushing it against the cement wall, it's just one day I'm gonna and it's gonna go. I do have a backup needle just in case, so that's okay. But that's still not going to fix the problem of it sliding in because the actual thing is bent on the end.
You've actually bent the part the needle goes in.
I'll show you.
Ham-fisted.
Can easily bend the needles.
So I'll bring up full screen for a second and we'll have a look at this. So my needle I keep out, it's fine. It's fine. So let's see if we can view this. It's probably because the lens on the camera is not good, but if I take that off, that's bent.
That's bent.
Yeah, you can see that bent. Yeah.
See that bent?
How high was it up when you dropped it?
Well, I don't remember dropping it or anything. See? Look how bent that is. Right, so now when I go to put my needle in here. Let's get that in, right? There. I mean, see, it's a struggle. That's
Resist
in
a
all
bit,
the way.
yeah.
It's better now that I've got this cleaned properly now. I'm pulling the needle out the front. There's no paint in there. But you see, this is, yeah, it sits in there tight. See? So there's pretty much no point using this, the little lock nut on the end. But
Because the bend of it holds it in place.
yeah, but it still works because basically you don't want that needle to move when you're using the airbrush. It's not going to move. So, but I can tell you that when I've been using it, I'll pull that out through the front now. But yeah, so I can't straighten that because if I grab that with a pair of pliers and try and straighten it, I'm going to damage the thread and I'll probably never get that lock nut back on. Even if I could maybe do it with that on there as something to hold and now bend it, but it's working now. It works okay. So, and you know, Stephen down there saying, can't you replace that part? Maybe, but I'm in Thailand and
it'll cost just as much as getting a new airbrush.
Yeah, probably.
I want parts aren't cheap.
Yeah, the shop down here, if I remember, I don't think they sell Iwata. They sell their another brand name I've never heard of, and I go by the price. If it's a mid-priced one, it's probably going to be an okay airbrush. But if it's a cheap one, it won't be worth buying. So, but yeah, it's bent. See.
Yeah, you definitely see that. Yeah.
So, otherwise, it's okay. It's still all right, and it has no effect as you're using the trigger because you don't want that to move anyway. That needle has to be in tight. So that's the whole point of that locking nut being on the end. So anyway, but yeah, I was good. It's been a while since I went out and I painted up the inside of that tank. I put some undercoat on there. Well, I get my camera back down. Where are we there? And then I got on there with the white and started spraying it up. And it's really good. I'm running out of thinners though now. So maybe you guys can probably give me advice. I'm using Tamiya paints and I'm using Mr. Hobby paints. I have that, right? And I'm running out of that. That works fine for Mr. Hobby and Tamiya paints, right?
Yep.
It's perfect. What if I went and bought that in acrylic lacquers in the tin, the industrial?
The all-purpose.
Hey?
Yeah.
All-purpose thinner.
It's what?
All-purpose.
All-purpose.
Yeah.
All right. I did have the stuff from Super Cheap Auto, and I was using that. It was fine. It was perfect. They've got stuff down here at a like a body repair place. And I saw it. They sell paint in cans and stuff like that. What I'll do is maybe today I'll go down. It may not be open today. Yeah, you get that in the Bunnings, can't you?
Yeah.
We don't have Bunnings, but I'll take a photo of the can down there and I'll send that to you, Paul, and let me know if it's good because
some automotive thinners will be too hot.
Yeah, I can buy 5 liters of it, and that'll see me out, and hopefully it'll be okay to use. Yeah.
I use these all-purpose thinners rather than buying the Tamiya.
It's 400. Expensive. Yeah.
It's just way too expensive. This, lasts a long time, and you get more.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think I gave you what was left of my thinners, didn't I, Paul?
Yes, it's all gone.
Oh, yeah, you're building a model a week.
I mainly use that just for cleaning the airbrush.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I want to use it for. Just cleaning the airbrush.
Should be
Well,
all right if you get it there, Pete.
Yeah,
with
nothing
Paul's
else.
with Paul's model there, the big claim one that he's doing, he's probably going to need about 20 litres of thinners for that big bastard.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's
You
half
know,
painted.
yeah, yeah. When I
Hang on.
buy my leveling thinner, like you got there, and I
Yep.
buy my paints, straight up, the first thing I do is I'll open up all those little paint jars, fill them to the top with thinner, give them a shake, put them on the shelf. They're ready to go.
Okay. Yep.
That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah, you're going to have to hang that one on the roof.
Somewhere.
Hang on, those wings will be removable when it's finished.
No,
Ah.
that's just asking for trouble.
What? Can't you do that? Slide them off, slide them on.
Yeah, they're supposed to be screwed in
Right.
because you've got holes in the spars.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't get any screws with
Yeah.
the kit, and because it's so damn big, you can't use the screws anyway.
Right.
If it had them, because it won't fit anything to paint the bastard.
Mm. But yeah,
No,
I stopped using the Tamir thinners quite a while ago. It's just too expensive to buy, particularly if you just you're constantly doing airbrushing. So this is the cheaper way to go. And apparently, I think those bottles are hard to get at the moment. Every shop seems to be running out of it.
Yeah, everywhere. It's as soon as you see the leveling thinner advertised, you just buy it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. See, Stephen's saying you can't replace that part. Well, you can't. No, that whole thing's part of the trigger. So
Right.
this unscrews and comes out. It's all connected.
Right? It
Hey?
will unscrew. It does unscrew and come out.
Yeah,
Watch
that
out
will
for the
come
spring.
out.
Yeah, watch out
But-
for the spring in there.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it out now because it's a bastard trying to get that trigger back down into the little hole that goes under here. You know, you got to try and line it up.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but I think I could probably straighten that with the nut on there.
If you've got an old noodle, Pete, because hang on, I'll get my one. Let me see how it's gone together.
You can see how bent it is. It's. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
It's a complete mystery. The thing is no more than that high off the ground. All right, no chance. Yeah, and I don't remember ever dropping it. I don't think I haven't dropped it. So
Don't try and straighten it.
no,
It'll snap clean off.
Bend somewhere else.
No, you'll snap it.
Right. Yeah. Look, it's fine. It works. It's fine. And you know the needle I've got, which is the original needle that came with that Iwata. The spare I have was from another airbrush. So there was a mod something or other. It was called another airbrush. And I don't know, but I test fitted it in this and used it, and it was fine. It works perfectly. So it was half the price of replacing an Iwata airbrush needle. So anyway, it's all good. Like it's got to be working. I've got a lot of airbrushing stuff to do, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. I think the 4 years that I've been airbrushing, I think I've only bent a needle once in the 4 years. So, and that happened recently. So, it's pretty good going, I think.
Yeah, you gotta have a spare needle always because that's it. Production stops if you break that needle and you haven't got a backup. Production stops. Yeah, it's like it's like the magnifying glasses there. Production stops if they break. That's it. I'm screwed.
That's right. I have 2 compressors. So if one breaks down on me, I've got the brand new one to go to straight away.
Oh, I haven't gone that far, but this is a brand new one here. It should be all right.
I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
Don't forget to drain it, Pete.
Yes, I haven't done that yet, but I will. Okay.
You'd better because it's so humid over there.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
One day you'll start it up and you'll just hear it go.
Yeah. It's got that little
tank.
clear thing on the side where you can
That's
squeeze
your
out.
water trap for your airbrush. You got to drain that
Yeah.
and unscrew the nut at the bottom of the tank.
Yeah.
That's one thing I didn't do with my first airbrush. I didn't unscrew the bottom of the tank, the thing to release the water out, and tried to go and get it fixed because all it just did was the PSI I had it set at about 20. It constantly runs now. It doesn't cut out because I rusted the I rusted the inside out, so now it just constantly runs. You can't adjust the PSI or anything, so that was my mistake.
Yeah. No, you don't want that to happen, jeez. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It
Still
wasn't.
got it. I just use it for air now, just to sort of like before I need to airbrush. I just use it for actually just air.
It's funny. For about 12 months, I was using my compressor completely wrongly. I was to adjust the PSI to what I wanted. I'd turn the thing on. I'd watch the needle go up to say 20, 21, right? And then I would adjust it so it come down to about 18, and that's it. I thought, right, it's 18 psi. Spray now.
Yep.
It's the PSI it's spraying at is what it is when the air's coming out and you're holding the trigger. So it drops down to about 12. That's the actual PSI you're spraying at, not the 18
that's the pressure. Yeah.
So for all this time, I thought, oh no, I'm spraying at this, and it was actually always set too high.
Yep. Yeah, you turn it on and then you spray and then you set your PSI.
Off the amount the needle drops down to. That's where you want your level to be, what you're spraying at. Newbie mistakes.
We learn.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I've got to finish up here. We've got to go. I've got to go have some breakfast. And
Okay.
Give my airbrush another little flush out just to make sure there's no paint in there. Because I just noticed pushing it back in there that, it's hard to get it all out.
Yeah. You going on Aussie Scale, Paul, or later on? Or?
Oh, Paul.
Yeah, I should be there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
After Jason,
I got to get some
last week.
Yeah, he's been off for about 3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was Father's Day first, which he forgot about and got in trouble and yelled at by his missus. You did know it's Father's Day today. Oh shit! And the following weekend, he had a golf tournament on.
Yep.
And he didn't make it back in time.
Right.
And last weekend, he had a bad turn and was crook.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I've got some. I've got to get some videos done for my channel. So, my wife's finished her Lego. She demands that it goes on. So, I've got to do that.
Okay. Sure.
Well, I spent yesterday putting new headlights in the car. That was all I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
No modelling.
No modelling. Yeah, 2-hour job took me 4 hours. I'm getting old.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, the whole bumper bar has to come off.
Oh, okay. Not that simple. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it never is. All right, guys. All right. That's it. Thank you all. Thanks for coming on, as always. And we'll do it again next week. Hey?
Where's your bus?
Yeah, there's my bus. Yeah, I had a guy ask me a few questions about that. He had problems with the front wheel. Apparently, the connection for the front wheel is different from the left to the right. The left front wheel goes on differently. Yeah,
Okay.
he fixed it. Yeah, he's been watching my videos. I said, "Don't watch my videos. You'll mess it up."
He might have got a straight one.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah. Anyway, no, that's good. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to everyone in chat. And
later, everyone.
See ya.
Next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And there we go.